Okay. Thank you all for being here. I know it's end of the day. We're going to keep this chill, show you some cool stuff. My name is Dave. I'm head of Web3 at MNTGE. We're a vintage clothing brand, tech-enabled.
Hey, I'm Ryan, founder of IYK. We build a platform that enables any brand to deploy NFC-connected experiences on top of their products. So not just a GUI for people to do it with no code, but also APIs that power a lot of the cool stuff we'll demo today.
Yeah, so we're going to just show some cool stuff that we built together. Just a quick background. The vintage clothing industry is a $200 billion market cap industry, which is kind of crazy. And it's expected to go up because people care about sustainability. It's a really important topic as consumers think about buying clothes. But the issue is it's very fragmented. There's not, a dominant player on the consumer side for purchasing vintage clothing. There's not a dominant, national or international distribution. And so what we're trying to do at MNTGE is build a connective tissue that allows us to trace vintage clothing, unique items digitally, and also build unique digital experiences with it. So we've been working with IYK for about a year now, and we're putting NFC chips in every single garment that we sell. That allows us to not only track the item's provenance using NFTs, but also build engaging digital experiences. So we're going to show a couple of them today. The first one is this jacket. It's pretty cool. It's a vintage denim jacket. And we did this partnership with Grimes. If you don't know her, she's a really well-known musician, artist. She sometimes describes herself as a technologist. She loves kind of the intersection of art and technology. And she was performing at a music festival last summer, and she wanted to make some commemorative merch to celebrate that performance. So we made this jacket for her. I think without the tech on its own, it's like a pretty dope jacket, I must say. But that's not why we're here. So now, so the NFC chip is right here on the sleeve. I'm going to tap it, and then it should show up.
You might need a mirror.
Oh,
move this to the other monitor.
How do I, or do I do this?
There you go, this one. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so a couple things here I want to point out. So the first thing is this 3D animation. We make a 3D animation for every item that we sell. The other thing is you'll see it's owned by Ryan. So there's an NFT that's associated with each of these chips, so you're able to prove on-chain that you own a physical item. But then lastly, there's this song down here that you're able to play. What's that about?
Yeah, so on IYK, creators customize the experience for their chip products via what we call modules. And this is what we call the Beams module, which allows you to create a private portal to any video or audio content straight off the chip. And so in this case, this is a song called I Wanna Be Software. It's not available on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere else. The only way to get it is by tapping the chip. And what's kind of cool is that all of the links emitted by the chips are non-shareable. Like Dave can't just scan this, send the link to you. You won't be able to view it. And so it's only viewable if you have the right chip, the right signature, and that's what unlocks the content.
Yeah, and this is super interesting use case for artists, creators, musicians. We've talked to a lot of concert promoters, and they tell us that when they do a concert, there's people that show up 2-3 hours in advance just to buy merch, which tells you two things. One, it's a sought-after collectible item. And two, your biggest fans are showing up to buy your merch. And what this allows you to do is not only make the item more collectible, enhance the collectability of it, but also directly engage with your biggest fans. So this is all cool. You're probably wondering, what does this have to do with ERC 6551, token-bound accounts? That's where this jacket comes in. So as you can see, it's a denim jacket, very similar to Ryan's, but there are all these patches on it. So now I'm going to
You gotta stop mirroring, I think.
Oh, my bad. So I'm going to tap it. Start mirroring again. Okay, so looks very similar to the last jacket, but as you can see, there's 11 fused items. What's that about?
Yeah, so you might have noticed that Dave's jacket has a bunch of these super cool patches on it. And in a way, they're physically fused to the jacket via embroidery. And so each of these 11 patches were sewn on. But what might not be visible from the outside is each of the patches also is chipped. And you can actually tap on the individual patches to fuse them to the main jacket chip and jacket NFT. And so not only are they physically fused, they're also digitally fused by belonging to the jacket's ERC6551 token bound account. And you can see each of those NFTs also have their own identifiers. And so this like 9-cat patch, wherever it is like token ID 44 for that kind of patch collection. We also built an OpenSea viewer for all of these patches. And so you can see here not only the intrinsic data for the jacket, its token ID 300, all of its metadata, but also scroll through all of the patches that have been fused on. And so you as a user can customize however you'd like.
We're super excited about this because Mintage launched about a year and a half ago. We came out with a Mint Pass to start. This was sort of like our way to build our initial community. But we wanted to come out with something that allowed people to build a stronger bond with the brand, a stronger identity with the brand. And for a lot of Web3 projects, that's achieved through PFPs. And so I like to think of this jacket as my Mintage PFP. It has this, the denim jacket is the base layer, the patches are the traits, the rarities, and we're gonna continue coming out with new patches from new artists. I'm going to continue embroidering them on my jackets. I'm going to continue fusing them. And so it's going to be this ever-evolving identity that is tied to the jacket. The last thing I want to show is you may have noticed as I was scrolling that there's a bunch of signatures here. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so there's actually 2 ways to interact with the token bound account for this jacket. And the second way is autographing the jacket itself. And so you can see here, Evan from Disco has an autograph. Benny autographed this jacket yesterday. And when you tap the jacket, you can actually mint a signature directly to the token bound account of the jacket NFT. You sign an EIP 712 payload, it gets relayed on chain, and you get this provable autograph that lives with the jacket forever in its TBA. And so my meeting with Dave will be commemorated forever, as will be Benny's, Evan's, everyone who's autographed this jacket, all in a TBA.
So, speaking of which, Ryan, we've known each other for a while. This is great that we're doing this presentation. I would love to commemorate it with your autograph. Would you autograph my jacket?
Dude, absolutely. I can't believe I haven't done this yet. Are you kidding me? So let's do that. So all I have to do is tap the jacket. Let me put that mic down.
Here, I can hold it for you.
Thank you. Tap the jacket, scroll down to the autograph, draw my autograph, boom, connect my wallet, and after a quick signed message or 2, it gets minted directly to the TBA of Dave's jacket.
Amazing. Cool. Well, that's our demo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're interested in buying some of our clothing, mintage.com, check it out. Any questions? Oh, you pointed there?
Oh, yeah,
all right.
sorry.
Here, well, you start. Yeah, there you go. Except for the... Mm-hmm. Right. You want to answer that, the trait swapping?
Oh, got it. So you're saying in the case where you buy the jacket from Dave, you want to remove a patch, and you want to remove it from the TBA as well. Yeah. So the interesting thing with the current way fuses happen is that the moment you call that fuse function on chain, the patch actually becomes soul-bound to the jacket's TBA. But I think we can enable you maybe to remove a patch by tapping the chip, relaying the correct signature, and doing that essentially like trade swap, where not only can you add patches and it reflects in the TBA, you can also like unembroider them and then it can reflect in the TBA as well.
So it's technically possible, just currently not set up that way.
Technically, yeah.
Right. Chips are fine if you wash it. Yeah, this jacket has been washed many times, and it still works. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I got a question. I'm always interested in the ability to have data that's only the owner can view. You mentioned like the music having a special link and copy. So you guys must be hosting that like decentralized way, right? Or do you have a method that you can, like with CPA or whatever, that you can put that on IPFS and still keep it in a way to where the owner has the rights to explain it?
Yeah. So in this case, with this one, we are hosting it centrally, and you relay the correct signature. But we can actually migrate to the decentralized solution using something like Lit protocol, where you store the video on IPFS, having either a correct signature from the chip or maybe a correct signature from the account that owns the jacket NFT. That gives you some kind of a session or a time-bound access to that hosted kind of encrypted IPFS file. So there are ways to decentralize kind of the content part of it. That's where something like Lit protocol would come in.
Yeah, and another thing too is there are different types of NFC chips that you can use in these applications. So one, which isn't used here, is by this company called ARX, ARX, and they allow the chip to act as like a wallet, so it can sign transactions. And so there's a lot more, I think, opportunity to do stuff like what you're thinking of with that. Awesome. Well, and if anyone wants to sign my jacket, please come up. I'm more than happy to get as many signatures as possible. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Future Primitive